Looking for a way to stand out from the competition during your cybersecurity job search? In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a tech portfolio using GitHub. I'm going to show you how to start, show you my process on how to add to your GitHub repositories. Just to start off, a brief overview, 3 main things that you're going to need to create your GitHub tech portfolio. First, you're going to need obviously GitHub because that's what we're going to use in order to host our tech portfolio online. Then you're going to need ChatGPT. That's going to help you do your descriptions of everything, make sure that everything sounds good. It's also a way for you to learn through what you actually did. Sometimes we go through these labs and we don't know exactly how to explain things the best way. That's what ChatGPT is going to help you do. Also, it's going to help you with the coding aspect. There are some things that you can do in GitHub because it is a platform that you code under in order to get your repository looking a certain way. That's going to allow you to find out the code that you need in order to present your tech portfolio, your labs a certain way. And then you're also going to need Google Docs or some kind of document platform where you can structure everything that you're going to place into your GitHub repository before. And in a minute, you're going to see why that's so important. Let's just get into the video walkthrough. First, like I said, we need GitHub. So this is GitHub right here. This is 2024. If you don't know how to go and create an account using your email, Google Drive, whatever, Google Doc, or Gmail, that's what I meant to say. Using your Gmail, then you got bigger issues in the cybersecurity world. However, this is GitHub. First, we're going to go through how to actually set up the main page of your tech portfolio. I already have it set up, so I'm going to go and push this in another tab. This is my current tech portfolio. My name here, a brief little summary about me, my few projects that I have here. I do have more inside of here nested into my AWS projects. I don't just have 3 projects in here right now. I have probably about 10. My certifications, the verification links, and then how someone can connect with me. From here, how do you actually create a GitHub repository? Let's go back to the main page of GitHub. In the main page here, you have an option here which says new repositories. You also have an option here for create repository. I'm just going to public, as you want it to be public. You can say your tech portfolio, homepage, you name it whatever you want, and create repository. Now you want to make sure that you add a README file, and then that's going to open up to your actual repository with nothing in it but your title. I'm showing you how to actually go and get this format here if this is something that you like. I would also show you how to edit that if you want a different structure as well. You are going to go to my actual GitHub. This is my actual GitHub. I'm going to actually post this link in the video description so that you can have this as well. Go to the README file, and then you want to go to code. Now this is all the backend code for my GitHub repository here. All you're going to want to do is literally copy and paste this code into the file, just like that, and it's going to come out. Preview, the same thing. Now obviously, right, your images and whatnot, they need to be nested within your actual repository. I'm going to go deeper into that when I actually go into creating the different project repositories that we have in order to attach those to this main page. However, this is how I went about going and doing my first page, and then kind of just copy somebody else's and then tweaked it as I saw fit. Just to show you tech portfolio, let's kind of clean that up here. Maybe you say that you want your certifications to be higher than your projects. Maybe this is a tech portfolio, so I thought my projects would be better to be at the top because this is what I really want to show. Other places my certifications are shown, like LinkedIn or my resume. Certifications is just a nice add to fill up your main page of your tech portfolio. However, if that's what you want us to put first, this whole section here within my GitHub repository is for my certifications. The great thing about GitHub in coding is that you don't have to necessarily copy, paste, delete, whatever. You can literally just drag this up into place, give it some space, and then now if you go back, your certifications are here and here. Also editing your links. So let's say this wasn't for Security Plus, this was for AWS operation, SysOps. This one, SysOps. Obviously I would change out the link here to, I'm just gonna put, and this is all just for test purposes, but you can see that instead of it being what it was originally, which was Security Plus, we have the AWS SysOps. Right now, I just have it to Google Docs, which isn't really anything major. We got out of this because we don't need this anymore. If you're finding this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. I post weekly videos of my cybersecurity journey in order to help you in yours. We're going to go into actually creating a project within your GitHub repository in order to display it. I've been working in AWS Cloud Quest in order to do a lot of AWS labs that go with my most recent certification, which is the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner. So that's what I've been getting together as far as my portfolio. And I'm going to just share my process on how I've been putting that in here as well. So once again, we're going to create a new repository. We're going to name this one new repository, and then make sure we get that readme file in there, and it's all going to start off like this. We're going to commit the changes. Every time that I start a new project, this is how it looks from the beginning. It's blank. One of the first things that I do is I add a folder in my repository. One of the first things that I do is I add a folder within my GitHub repository for all of the images that I'm going to upload to this actual lab project repository. The way you do that is images, you do images, and then you put a /. Unfortunately, GitHub does not allow you to create empty folders. You need to just make a placeholder. That's it. You can delete it later, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal. This is really just to house your images for the repository so you can easily get to them. Okay, so now I can go back here. Now this is what I'm working with. I have my images, I have my readme file, and then just a simple title. From here, what I do is I usually duplicate this tab. You'll see why really in a minute. Now, once I create this tab, I upload all of my images. I've already went through the AWS lab that I'm going to help demonstrate setup for this video. So I already have my screenshots already ready. In order to upload your screenshots, upload files, choose files, and then here are all my screenshots. Upload screenshots. Now this one is only 16 screenshots, which is actually pretty easy. Like, it's pretty quick, but I definitely had a repository with like 64 screenshots or something like that. It does get hectic with managing the screenshots, and that's why you have your Google Doc that is supposed to already have your structure in there, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. So now that I have all of my images downloaded, nice in here, just go and click on this first one, and then I'm going to set this to the side. Now we have your readme file. You want to edit this, you edit your code, and then what I do is I go to my code for the latest project, and I usually just copy the first screenshot section all the way up to the top. The reason I do that is because I like my structure of my projects are pretty much all the same. So I have my directory to go back to my tech portfolio home, which is the page that I showed you earlier, the home portfolio. And then the AWS project, because I have an extra folder for this one. My other projects don't necessarily have this nestled in. It just goes straight to the actual project. So it just depends on how you want to organize your repository structure. But that's just how I've chosen to do mine. Now that this is where I'm at now, I have my directory, I have my heading, have my description, my solution, my scenarios, right? Where am I getting my content from? This is my Google Doc. At once, it was blank, so just imagine that it was blank. But what I do is I go through all of my labs, and as I'm going through them, I type up what I need to type up to explain the actual screenshot, and then I place the screenshot in here as well so that I have a structure when going through my GitHub repository and coding. Because it's kind of hard to code and structure everything at the same time, so I structure it beforehand, and then I go ahead and code and copy and paste and everything that I need to do in order to put everything in there and make it look nice. Now I just copy and pasting thing for the most part. So I can go here and I change my scenario to this project, and also go and not create, but I can go and copy and paste this as well. I like to keep spaces in between things because it just allows me to visually see the code better instead of having everything jumbled up. So now we have title, we have our scenario, our solution, our program walkthrough, and then we're going to edit some of this as well. I don't necessarily need another header here for this project. I want to get rid of that. We're just going straight to the program walkthrough. This is where this extra tab comes in handy. Copy your pictured path. You want to copy the path to your picture? I don't know if I can talk. And then you want to paste it between these quotation marks here. You're literally just copy and pasting from here and editing your code. So now let's go back to Google Docs to get the actual words. Oh, I didn't need to. And this is another reason why I have ChatGPT open. So this is how I use ChatGPT. Make this read better. Put some extra runs in there and extend this. Now ChatGPT is going to give you something. ChatGPT is not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. It doesn't matter. So I'm just going to replace that there, and then I'm going to add that other image in there as well. Go back there to the images, copy, paste, and you'll see now we have everything looking a little bit more professional, right? And actually talking to this project. So now we have creating DynamoDB table. I want to edit that. I'm nitpicky about my details. Creating DynamoDB table, we have our description here of the scenario and then the solution that this actual tech portfolio is going to walk through. This section within the tech portfolio is going to walk through. And then we have our what is actually going on. So we're navigating to the DynamoDB page. So we have our screenshots in here from that. That is basically what I do. So I go from here. I use ChatGPT. ChatGPT didn't want to work for me how I wanted to go. So I'm going to find a different example as I go along. But yeah, for the most part, that's what I do. In order to create another section, you just copy, you continue moving. I like to edit this, and now you go back. And what I like to also do is I like to delete as I go so that I don't get any confusion. It's easy to get lost on what you've done and what you haven't done. So now we go create table, 1, 2, that's 3 screenshots, or 4, 1, 2, 3, that's 4 screenshots. So now we're gonna go in here and edit this. Okay, so this is the one that should probably work better. There we go. A new DynamoDB table has been successfully created. The partition key has been configured, user ID, and the sort key has been set to last date walk. That's so much better than what I originally had, was just, it didn't flow at all. I think I also probably need to add something else, but you need to just copy and paste that in. Now the description looks a whole lot nicer. And then you add your screenshot. So this one was 4 screenshots. And then we just go screenshots. So the last one I used was 18. So 20, copy, paste, 20, 21, copy, paste, 22, 21, 39, copy, and then paste. And we'll do here. Last one, 26. Make sure I lined up, but how it does. And then just copy. Now if you go back and look at my GitHub repository, now we have 2 sections of screenshots. One that shows that we navigated to the DynamoDB page, and then one that shows what we did in order to create a table. I don't want to drag this video out too much longer because it could go on and on and on. However, if you found value from this video, make sure to like it and share this video with somebody else who is also in the job search within cybersecurity and is looking to stand out from the industry. They can create their own tech portfolio, using this video and possibly land a job. Good luck searching. I'm searching as well, so good luck searching. And I hope this helps all of us. See you in the next video.